Hello, Face or YouTube. Okay, I am going to go over some of my horror TV shows right now. And right now we're going to start out with, this is called Kingdom Hospital. It's the complete series. It only lasted 1 year. But it was based upon a Stephen King. And it's called Kingdom Hospital. Stephen King presents Kingdom Hospital. Not too bad of a show for Stephen King. The next one I'm going to do is a show called Surface. It's another show that only lasted 13 episodes. I do believe it's 13. It's actually a pretty good show. But it's about where they find a creature, and some other ones end up coming up from the bottom of the ocean and all that stuff. It's a pretty good horror TV show if you want to watch it. Next one is Tales from the Crypt, and I have all 7 seasons of this. That one there is the complete first. There's Tales from the Crypt, the second season. Tales from the Crypt, the third season. Kind of looks like my ex. Nah, it's Insulting the Crypt Keeper. Okay, there's the complete 4th season. He's looking pretty dapper there on the cover. Here is season 5, which I have yet to open. Now, funny thing is when I got Tales from the Crypt, I had them all. But season, this one, season 6. Because for some reason they sold them in season 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 7, and they left out 5. Or, they left out, I had 5 and 7, sorry, and they left out 6. Well, I had a heck of a time finding season 6. Well, when I did finally find it on Amazon, then I started finding it all over the place, so now, you tell me. Okay, well, here's Tales from the Crypt, the complete 7th and final season. Tales from the Crypt, actually, I think is really good. It pretty much got HBO started on making their TV shows and stuff. So, okay, we'll put these right here. Now, this is kind of a TV show that's been kind of forgotten. No, it's not the original Dark Shadows. It's the one from the 90s. A lot of people call it Dark Shadows, the revival series. Which has Ben Cross, who plays Barnabas. Gene Simmons, who plays, oh boy, I can't remember what her name is now. Elizabeth, I think is her name, Stoddard. And then, of course, it also has, the guy from the show, The Invaders, and I'm trying to remember what his name, well, we'll get to The Invaders and then we'll remember. But this basically, it started up when Barnabas arrived, and it went through the first 13 episodes, and usually for remakes, I'm not a big fan, but with this one, Dan Curtis, who was the original producer of Dark Shadows, had everything to do with that, so that was pretty good. Here's another Stephen King, Nightmares and Dreamscapes. It was on TNT. 8 mind-bending stories. But some of these are kind of hard to find anymore, like the Stephen King Nightmares and Dreamscapes. So, here's one, very rare to find. Tremors, the series. Not the movie, but the series, which has Michael Gross, if you remember him from Family Ties, played the father, or the original, he also was in the movies. Okay, now here's The Invaders. This is season 1. This is also a classic TV show. It's about this architect. He sees aliens, and then he goes around the country trying to prove that he's seen them, and so forth. So that is actually really good. It's almost kind of like The Fugitives. The Fugitive meets Star Wars or something, kind of. But he. And then here is The Invaders Season 2, which is like, it only lasted 2 seasons, but it's actually a really good show. And there's the guy that plays one of the Collins dudes on the Dark Shadows revival series. Now here's one that I love. The Outer Limits. The original Outer Limits, by the way, from the 60s. So there's The Outer Limits. Volume 1. Now they didn't do these by season. They did these by volumes for some reason. So there's Volume 1. Volume 2. And they only did 3 volumes, but it's both seasons. And then there's Volume 3. Now, I think one of the weirdest episodes I saw of The Outer Limits was one about Killer Tumbleweed, which was definitely different. Okay, now, we pretty much went through the DVDs except for one. Oh no, we didn't. We got these to do yet. Rod Serling's Night Gallery. Now, I've only got season 1 and 2. I still got to get season 3. And I think one of the creepiest night galleries I saw was the very first one, where it has Roddy McDowall in it. And he keeps seeing this painting of I think it's his uncle that he pretty much played part in getting rid of. And he's digging his way out of the grave, and he's coming back to avenge his death, I guess. Now here is a very rare one, in case that guy looks kind of familiar. It's Mr. French from A Family Affair. And this is the only series that I could think of that ever went through 2 name changes in one season. Ghost Story, and then mid-season it changed to Circle of Fear. And William Castle was the one that produced this show, and he's the one that did The Tingler and so forth like that. In fact, he even guest stars on one of the seasons or episodes. Okay, now we'll just show these. X-Files, I got the complete series, which they are really good. I love the X-Files, but I got all 9 seasons of the X-Files. And there we go. So there's a lot of the X-Files. Now we'll hit the DVDs, or the Blu-rays. This one here, Twilight Zone. Now these I did buy on Blu-ray. There's season 1, and these have tons, and I do mean tons of extra features, like radio shows and so forth of the Twilight Zone. Now what the Twilight Zone did that was kind of weird is season 1, 2, and season 3 were half-hour shows. Season 4, I know why they went to season 4, they went to hour-long shows. And they did that to kind of compete with Outer Limits. But then they realized that it wasn't working, so season 5 went back to half-hour shows. And believe it or not, season 5 has 2 of my favorite episodes. And the one that has William Shatner, where they're up in the plane and he keeps seeing that creature out on the wing. And then also the one about the car that's haunted. This guy hits this kid and accidentally kills him, and so the car wants him to turn himself in, and the car won't leave him alone until he does. Okay, here comes, in my opinion, probably the best TV show that's out now, one of them anyway. That's The Walking Dead. This is season 1. This one is a special edition, but it didn't have anything special with it. So there's season 1. Here is season 2. And season 2 is right. Let's zoom in on it. Right. Woo! There, a little close. Right there. It's the zombie head with the screwdriver. Okay, and there's what came with season 3. It's the Governor's fish tank, which it does light up, but I'm just not going to get up and turn it on. And then season 4, which I also have, has the Walker tree. I should have maybe done this video during the day, but that's okay. But there's all 4 seasons of The Walking Dead. Now, here's True Blood. True Blood's a pretty good horror show if you like sex, violence, and more sex. It's not bad. It's a pretty good show. True Blood, vampires, and they end up having werewolves and all kinds of other garbage in it. But it's a pretty good show. But it has ended now. So there's season 2. There's season 3. Uh-oh. I forgot there we go. Okay, and there's, which I haven't got to watch this one yet, season 4. Season 5. And there we go. They got one more season that's got to come out yet that I got to get, which I will get. Okay, now here, this is probably another one of the better TV shows that's out right now. And that is Grimm, season 1 and 2. I got to get 3 yet. Here's another one that's pretty good. I'm trying to rush because we're running out of time. American Horror Story, season 1 and 2. I still got to get season 3 yet. Here is Supernatural. Oops. All the seasons of Supernatural, except for I don't have season 9 yet. And then here is Supernatural, the animated series, which is pretty good, actually. It is not bad at all. Now here is my homemade ones. This one you cannot get even on DVD, let alone on Blu-ray. But I got it on Blu-ray because I made it. It's Freddy's Nightmares, A Nightmare on Elm Street, the series. So I got all those, and then on the last side over here, oops, that's it. That's the Freddy's Nightmares. Here is American Horror Story. And there's another American Horror Story and another American Horror Story. Masters of Horror. Good grief. Sorry about that. And then on the other side I have The River, which you cannot get on Blu-ray, but I converted it over to Blu-ray, so I have it on Blu-ray. That's from the creators of Paranormal Activity. And then the last one that I did over on the Blu-ray from DVD is Fear Itself. And that is another anthology horror where it was made from different masters of horror, and they did stories and so forth, so it's really good. Now here's my pride, not my pride and joy because I like them all, but this is the big one. Dark Shadows, the original series, the complete collection. Now each one of these DVDs, as you notice, it looks like Barnabas laying in a coffin, but each and every one of these DVDs has 6 DVDs, 9 episodes on each. So just imagine all these are full. But it's kind of neat because it does look like a coffin. Alright. There we go. Dark, and this has tons, and I do mean tons of special features and so forth. So I recommend, if you're a big Dark Shadows fan, to snag that one up. It is good. Well, alright, YouTube, I am going to sign off for now. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, whatever. And then if you see it on Facebook, you can make comments or whatever, because I am going to link it to Facebook. So I will talk at you here in a few days, because I'm going to be doing horror movies next. I did the TV series, then I'm going to do horror. So, signing off for now.